Diane, you are UNHCR Senior Coordinator on Sexual Exploitation, Abuse and Harassment. Can you explain your role?
Thanks, Cecile. My role is to lead and coordinate UNHCR's efforts to eradicate sexual exploitation and abuse and sexual harassment from our operations, working very closely with colleagues in the field, at headquarters, and with our partners. This is a key priority of the organization with accelerated action. Recent events have indicated that the cultural silence surrounding sexual exploitation and abuse and sexual harassment has been broken, and this provides an enormous opportunity for us that we have to seize. But it's not the job of any one person or any one individual. It requires the dedication and engagement of each and every colleague.
Recent scandals have shaken the humanitarian community, with several cases involving UNHCR staff. What would you like to say to individuals and donors who feel betrayed, sometimes really shocked, and ask for more accountability?
I have to say I understand their shock and their sadness. Such conduct violates everything that UNHCR stands for, and it is against our very fundamental values. However, I think it's also important to recognize that the vast majority of our 15,000 colleagues are working to protect and assist refugees, often in very difficult circumstances. There are some individuals who do not, and those that sexually exploitate refugees are dismissed. They have absolutely no place in UNHCR.
But can you explain what are UNHCR's priorities in this fight?
Okay, well, one key priority is that we prevent such abuse from happening in the first place. So we're really focusing on enhancing and diversifying awareness activities, training activities, and also providing support to our network of over 300 focal points in the field who are leading this at the operational level. So that's a key priority. However, a strong response is also very critical. Last year, 2 individuals were dismissed on grounds of sexual harassment. So I think this is also an indication of how we're professionalizing our investigation capacity, including using specially trained investigators, and also how we're strengthening the disciplinary process to make it more effective and more robust.
But do you think UNHCR is doing enough, and what is the way forward in your view?
I think UNHCR is doing a lot, but we're committed to doing a lot more. The High Commissioner has made it very clear that this is a top priority for the organization, and he has dedicated additional resources. One key area that we're working on is to make sure that the reporting process is more accessible, it's simplified and more trusted, and always putting survivors at the center. Another key area that we're working on is relation to improving vetting and reference checking, working together with other organizations so perpetrators can't move from one organization to another or even within the organization with impunity. But I think it's really important to remember that the environment in which we work is characterized by deeply rooted power differentials. And so this will require change on an individual and organizational level. But at UNHCR, we are committed to that change.
Diane, among the people watching us today, there might be victims of sexual misconduct. Do you have a special message for these people?
Yes, I'd like to acknowledge their pain and suffering and say this should never have happened in UNHCR. I would also like to acknowledge their strength and courage and the difficulty that they may face in reporting, but I would like to let them know that we are here for them and that we are listening to them. I'd like to also say that our Office of the Inspector General has specially trained investigators who investigate such cases, and that confidential complaints can be made to the Inspector General. And finally, I'd like to say we're doing everything we can to make sure that UNHCR is a safe and inclusive environment for staff members and refugees alike.
Thank you, Dan.